Because when you're sharing your stories, there are people who are already living that reality.
Yeah.
So they can easily connect with your story and get inspired.
Hello, viewers. Welcome again to Thriving Tales. And of course, we are taking you through a fascinating journey of art, of creativity, and of entertainment. And like I said, this is where creativity meets inspiration. Now, why did I say that? It's the name already suggests that Thriving Tales. People have thrived. They are here to tell their stories. And it's also my privilege to make welcome one of the person that it's such an inspiration. It's someone that have stayed consistently, and it's someone that I admire so much. Someone that is focused, dedicated, and true to friendship and brotherhood. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to make welcome. We call him Mr. Ndidi, the CEO of Gospel Centric and Centric Boost. Boss, it's a privilege to have you.
Same here, my brother. Good to see you. Hello, guys. Good afternoon. Ikenna has been a friend, at one time a competitor.
Yeah. At the time, we were doing blogs together, and at the point, I left it for her. I didn't have that energy. I didn't have that energy to.
My guy, borrow leg.
I borrow leg, I ran. I said, this blog thing is yours. Bros, I give you, I take over. And it's good to see that you are still there. It's good to see that a lot of persons will look back and say, if not for Gospel Centric.
Yeah.
And that story inspires me a lot. That you knew what you wanted. You stepped back. It's not like some of us that just wanted to try something and we jumped into the fold, and someone will look and we say, most our power no reach for here, we take off. Thank you so much. And I will start by thanking you for what you have done to these young people, these young artists. And yeah, because you gave them a platform. You gave them a platform, you gave them a voice, most importantly, and some of them could still do what they do. So I remember then you used to, I remember then you were telling someone I was around, and you told the person, it's not enough, it's not good a thing that you do your music and all the people that hear it is just your friends.
Yeah.
It's not enough that you just do your music and the best it stays is in your phone. You just share it from one Bluetooth to another Bluetooth.
Yeah. Time of Bluetooth and infrared.
Yeah, time of Bluetooth and infrared. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Ndidi. And you're an inspiration. So you see, when I tell you you're an inspiration, you're an inspiration.
Thank you.
And it won't be misquoting if we said that you're a legend. Yeah, yeah. Because honestly, seriously, because when you look at Gospel Centric, just look at the files. Look at how many music that is on that platform. Then you will understand when I say that this guy is a legend. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This is Thriving Tales, and we are taking you on the ride. So, Mr. Ndidi,
Yeah.
welcome again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome again. And it is good to have you here. It's good to have you here. I can't believe that we are doing this today.
It's good. At least we've been looking forward to something like this.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you tell stories, it will help people connect easily with stories, real time, not just coming to throw words around. But when they hear, okay, this person was able to move from this stage to here, it gets to motivate people faster because they can easily relate. Because when you're sharing your stories, there are people who are already living that reality.
Yeah.
So they can easily connect with your story and get inspired.
Yeah. And you just took that question from my mouth. So I'm sure it's not. It's the what you do today has not always been.
Yeah.
So how did you move from where you are to this point? How did you tell us about the foundation? How did you realize that this is it for you?
Okay. My story is quite an interesting one. It started many years ago.
Okay.
I'm talking about over a decade ago.
Wow.
After I finished my diploma.
Okay.
Okay, but before then, after secondary school, still trying to. I've always loved media. I've always loved the media and entertainment space. It's been something as a child, as a boy, that you're looking at. There are things that you can easily, once you see it, it gets your attention.
Yeah.
And media and entertainment was that thing that was getting my attention then. So I was thinking, okay, maybe after secondary school, I'll look for like a media school, get involved and at least acquire a skill or two. But unfortunately, then talking about 2002,
Wow.
2003, thereabout, uh, those platforms were not really there. Unlike now, where you have different master classes coming up every now and then. So those platforms were not really there. So while I was waiting for my admission, okay, I have to get things moving. First child, you have a family that they also
Yeah, people looking up to
you
you.
need to live up to it. And okay, I think I applied for a job then after my secondary school because
Okay.
I've always disliked being idle, not doing anything. I've always disliked it. So after secondary school, I applied for a job then to be a secretary in a shop where they rent canopies.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was a secretary while I was there. I think I was earning 3,005 monthly. I still remember the place at First Circular Road, Bob Williams Limited. If you live around First Circular, you remember that environment there. And I did that for some months. And this company, they were also into refuse disposal, waste management,
Wow.
if you like, while they were also into rental of canopies. And so I just got in as a secretary, taking orders, we come rent the canopy. So I
You
was
take
just basically
notes.
the secretary of the place. So it got to a point, I think my boss then, he got a contract uh, to more like be the waste management company for one of the top breweries in Edo State. I don't want to give them any publicity because they didn't pay for it. And
Yes,
so he
bro.
was short of hands.
Wow.
So one morning he came to the office. The boys were like two, three guys were outside that usually work with the refuse disposal department. There were like three of them, and they need more hands because this is a new contract that he just got, and he needs more hands to do the job. And he came to me where I was seated. Come, can't you join these boys to work? I'll increase your salary. I'll add 1.5 to it and pay you 5,000.
Oh, shit.
And as at then,
That 5K?
that 5K is needed. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? He said, yeah, you help them pack the refuse, put in the van, and then I'm like, okay, I can do it. I was like, okay, but I was not dressed for that kind of job. And I said, okay, they'll get me a shirt and a shirt because I was a shy guy too.
Yeah.
And I requested, can I have a mask or something to just cover my face? Make you not go work out, jam your secondary schoolmate. This one you do now, that kind of thing. So I joined that team. I think we did that for some months, and then it got to a point where I got admission to study public administration, diploma in public administration in Uniben. I had to leave and go back to school. Then again, purpose.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are some things you're doing that might not look like it
It.
for
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
but it might just be a phase.
Yeah. Something
So
necessary for
yeah,
then, for
so
that
it might just
phase.
be a phase because at that particular point in time, what I was doing then was helping me. But I know my eyes were somewhere else. But I don't want to stay idle. I have to do something. So it's all about being focused, knowing that this is where I'm targeting. But if I'm here, I'm going to make the best use of this time and make what I can do, whatever I can do to get what I can get from here. But I know where I'm going to. So when I got admission, studied public administration 2004, 2005 in Uniben. And when I graduated in 2005, I'm like, okay, new phase for me. Let's wait for direct entry admission. You know that one, and Nigeria with it. It wasn't that easy. So I waited for the first year, and my dad was like, just. And then banks were employing diploma holders, right? If you could apply to any bank and you're employed. I tried it several. If in fact almost all the banks in Benin then they knew my surname because I was applying, moving from here, there, everywhere. And that wasn't really what I wanted. Remember, I told you that I've always had the heart or the mind to do media and entertainment. So when it was not working, I'm like, look, this whole banking thing is not working. And funny enough, my friends that will go with me to those places, they'll get employed, but I will
But
not
you,
get it.
wow.
So I'm like, and I wasn't really disturbed because I'm like, after all, not waiting I define. Probably this is the Lord telling me,
My brother.
find your Ruth. So from there, when I discovered I was not getting that, okay, now to go back to my first love, find a way to get it. So I reached out to a producer. He's a video producer. I've always admired his work as well. He was producing one of the biggest worship concerts in Edo State, Worship and Clouds. He was the person and then I was a member of the mass choir. So I was always seeing him come around, and the production at the end of the day was standard. This way back 2006,
So
2007.
in other words, you have always loved music.
Yes, I've always been a fan of music. Of course, church boy, because I grew up from children's choir, teenage choir, youth choir to the main church choir. So,
Wow.
so I've always been a fan of music. At some point, I was even thinking I was going to
I've loved music, but not actively singing.
No, I actually sang in choirs.
I'm shocked to hear
Yeah,
that.
oh, you're surprised. Well,
Yeah.
I still have one of the best tenor voices, so let's
Wow.
not go there. So the thing was, so from there, I reached out to him like, boss, I'd like to learn this thing, this production. He was like, okay, come to the office during
Wow.
one of the concerts. So I went there. He told me the fee, and there was a problem, the money to pay for it. And I told my mom, I mean, this is what I want to do. Really? Okay. And my dad didn't quite agree. He wasn't like, nah, you cannot. But my mom was like, okay, I'll try as much as possible to see what I can do for you. But mind you, I was also helping her in her shop. Because I was helping sometimes, those seasonal market, if it's corn season, you are roasting corn. If it's orange season, you are selling orange. I did all that for my mom. So we had that business partnership.
So, look at you. So you roasted corn.
Yeah. If I peel orange for you, you heal. I did that. And because of then I was attracting customers to my mom's shop. Because
Yeah.
that little boy that is always peeling orange, I want to buy from them.